Sit down, sweetheart. You want to hear about the old days, the real old days, not the version they teach in school. All right then, but you have to promise me something first. Promise me you'll listen to the whole thing before you leave for the recruitment office tomorrow morning. Can you do that for your grandmother? Good. Now, let me tell you about the Battle of Kepler 9. I was 26 when the hegemony hit Kepler 9. Captain of the frigate Resolute, smallest ship in the defense fleet. 60 crew, most of them younger than you are now. The hegemony brought 400 warships, we had 31, the math was not in our favor. But here's the thing about math in a war, sweetheart. The side with fewer ships fights harder. We had nowhere to run. They had everywhere to retreat to. That makes a difference. Your grandfather was my cook. Did I ever tell you that? Best scrambled eggs in the fleet. Terrible at cards. Could not keep a secret to save his life. But those eggs, I married him for those eggs. Well, mostly for those eggs. The first wave hit at dawn. Dawn on Kepler 9 lasts about 40 minutes, so we had a nice sunrise while the hegemony burned through our outer defense platforms. Beautiful sunrise, pinks and purples. Your grandfather made breakfast for the whole bridge crew while we watched the platforms go down one by one. Eggs, toast, and those little sausages he got from the supply station at Marin. I was giving orders between bites. Helm, come about to heading 337. More toast, please, Arthur. All batteries target the lead cruiser. Is there any more of that, Jam? We lost the Defiant at 0712, the Valkyrie at 0719. I didn't have time to mourn. I had toast. We lost our port engine at Kepler, direct hit. Half the engineering section vented to space. 14 crew gone in a breath. I rerouted power through the kitchen exhaust system. Your grandfather was furious. His oven ran cold for the rest of the battle, and he never let me forget it. 3 years later, at our wedding, his vows included the line, "And I forgive you for routing plasma through my kitchen, but I will never forget." The guests thought it was a joke. It was not a joke. I had to fly a frigate on one engine, no shields, through the middle of a hegemony formation using a kitchen ventilation shaft as a plasma conduit. We made it. The eggs did not. By noon, we had 9 ships left, 9 out of 31. The hegemony had lost 160. They expected us to surrender. That's what species do when they're outnumbered 40-1. They do the math and they put down their weapons and they negotiate terms. We did not do the math. Your grandfather brought coffee to the bridge. He'd figured out how to heat water using a plasma conduit bypass that I'm fairly certain violated 11 safety regulations. The coffee tasted like engine coolant. We drank it like it was the finest thing we'd ever had. Then we turned those 9 ships around and flew straight at the remaining 240 hegemony vessels. The hegemony commander later said it was the most insane thing he had ever witnessed. He called it a death wish. He was wrong. It was a Tuesday. We won. I want you to understand that. 9 ships against 240, and we won. Not because we were braver or smarter or better. We won because the hegemony could not comprehend what they were looking at. Every tactical model they had said we should surrender. Every probability calculation said we were dead. They didn't have a protocol for an enemy that ignored the math. While they were recalculating, we were shooting. Your grandfather served dinner that night on the bridge. Cold rations because I'd destroyed his kitchen. He found candles somewhere. Set a nice table on the navigation console. The stars through the viewport were full of debris. It looked like snow. He said it was romantic. The man had a gift for finding beauty in terrible things. That's probably why he married me. So that's Kepler 9. That's what they don't put in the textbooks. They don't tell you about the cook who made breakfast during an apocalypse. They don't tell you about the captain who cried into her pillow every night for a year after because she could still name all 14 people who died when engineering vented. They don't tell you that war is mostly waiting and being terrified and eating bad food, and that the heroic moments they put in the history books lasted about 6 seconds each, and the rest was just people trying not to die. I know you've already signed the papers, sweetheart. I know I can't stop you. Your grandfather couldn't have stopped me either, and he tried. So I'll just tell you what he told me the morning I left for Kepler. He said, "Come home." And I did. So you come home too. Promise me. Come home.